Welcome friends, welcome to all of you to joining this session. As we most of us know very well what is the process of to claim a refund, but I think and I hope this session will make a value addition in your knowledge as well as your understanding related to the refund process. So what are the topic we are going to discuss? I will show you into the next slide. So let's start for today. So our today topic are divided into 6 parts. First is requirement to claim a refund, procedure to file a refund. Third is provision of refund under appeal. There are various appeal, revision, legal proceedings, and provision to hold the refund by the SC officer. What are these situations? Provision of interest and set off of refund with demand we will discuss in detail, and procedure to claim refund under condonation of delay. This is also in detail. Means here we will see that what are the claim hierarchy, which officer has the power to accept or reject the claim. So this is also we will discuss. So friends, mostly we know in income tax to claim any refund we just only file a return, and whatever the claim come around after set of our prepaid taxes from the tax payable. So authority will scrutinize your documents, and if it require an inquiry, so it made it, otherwise it will release the refund in that case. But sometime it's happened that suppose a person who does not have any taxable income, but other entities may deduct their TDS or TCS as the case may be. So for in that case, to claim such part related to TDS and TCS, he has to file a form 30. So what are the first condition is that first of all we have to submit a return of income tax to income tax department. Then SC officer, after scrutinize or after inspection your data, whatever data you have submitted in the return, he will ensure itself and then he will release the refund. So as I mentioned that no taxable person means a person who does not have any taxable income may claim refund of TDS or TCS by submitting the form 30. Fourth point is that the SC can claim additional refund. It means that if a person, there are suppose 100 rupees tax deducted by the entities which are shown into the form 26 years of a particular assessment year, but he is claim only 50 rupees. So in that case remaining 50 rupees he can claim. So that's why I mentioned that SC can claim additional refund. Fifth point is that the refund can be claimed by SC himself or on his behalf to another person. So there is no foundation that only SC can claim the refund himself. There are some situation in which other than SC, other person can also claim the refund. So these things we will discuss in our next slide. So as I mentioned earlier, so there are the three condition under which a person other than SC can claim the refund. So first condition is that income of one person included into the other person income, means clubbing provision. In that case the person in whose income such income is clubbed, so it is entitled to claim the refund. Number one. Value of fringe benefit means the tax on which tax payable on the value of fringe benefit provided by one employer, which are become a part of the value of the benefit of the other employer. In that case the latter employer can claim the refund if there is a excess tax paid by that other employer to the income tax department. In case of death, incapacity, insolvency, liquidation, a person is unable to claim or receive any refund due to him, so his legal representative, trustee, guardian, receiver, as the case may be, shall be entitled to claim such refund. So these are the three situations under which a person other than SC can claim the refund. Now topic 2, procedure to file a refund claim. So what are the procedures? So first thing is that in case a person not liable to pay tax, claim refund of his TDS by submitting form 30, and that claim of refund shall be made within 1 year from the end of the assessment year. It means that such application should be filed within 1 year from the end of the relevant assessment year. Okay, but with effect from 1 September 2019, refund can only be filed, refund can be claimed only through the filing of the return of income. Number 1, such a refund return can be filed before end of the assessment year. Earlier there was we have one extra year, now there is only 1 year. In case of delay, condonation shall be filed. Condonation of delay shall be required, which are giving the condition under section 119 subsection 2 subsection B. In that case, second thing, no claim of the refund is required to be filed in case of appeal, revision and legal proceeding. In that case, SC officer himself issue or release the refund if it is mentioned in the order released by the appellate authority or judicial authority. Okay, now topic number 3, provision of refund under appeal. In case of refund means in case there is a refund granted by the court through the appeal or legal proceeding, so SC officer shall grant refund himself. But there are two conditions. First, in case the or cancellation, if any previous assessment has been cancelled or set aside and order of fresh assessment has been directed, in that case SC officer shall grant the refund whatever the amount mentioned in it. Second thing, in case of annulment of the assessment, in that case refund shall be paid to the SSE, which shall be the difference between the tax paid by the SSE and tax charged under the return filed by the SSE. Only that difference should be considered as a refund that should be paid to the SSE by the SSE officer. This is the conditions. So this is very important. So I repeat, as a result of any order passed in appeal or other proceeding, refund of any amount become due to the SC. SC officer shall refund amount to the SC without having make any claim in that behalf by the SSC. Number 2 conditions. First of all, provided that where order of assessment is set aside, or means if court issue a order under which the earlier assessment is set aside, cancelled, and the order for the fresh assessment, not or, and the order of fresh assessment is directed to be made, in that case only refund amount will be due. And second conditions, annulment assessment, only difference between the tax paid by the SSC, means refund shall become due only of the amount of the tax paid in excess of tax chargeable on the total income returned by the SSC. So this is the difference he has to file. Topic number 4, provision to hold the refund by the SSC officer. It means that withholding of the refund in certain cases which mentioned in section 241A, which says that for the assessment year commencing after 1st of April 2017, where the refund of any amount due to the SSC under section 143 subsection 1 and the SC officer is opinion, he issue a notice under section 143 subsection 2 says that grant of refund grant of refund may adversely affect the revenue. So in that case he will issue a notice with written, mention the reason, what are the condition and what are in what situation he hold the refund of the SSC. Before that he is require the prior approval of the principal commissioner and the commissioner. So for how much time refund can be hold? So till the date assessment has been completed, shall be completed by the SC officer, till that date refund can be hold, and that refund and the for assessment made, any assessment made by the SC officer cannot be challenged on the basis of correctness of claim by the SSC if such assessment has become final. So in that case this is the scenario where it cannot be challenged, but SSC can ask SSC shall not entitled to any relief on such claim except refund of tax wrongly paid or paid in excess. So this is the situation, there is the exception giving to the SSC. Otherwise on other case he cannot challenge the correctness of the claim made under the assessment. Now topic number 5, provision of interest and set off of the refund with the demand. So first of all we will discuss about the provision of interest. So I prepare one table for it to give a bird eye view. So how means what are the conditions, what should be the simple interest rate, and the period for which refund would be claimed. So in that case, first condition, the refund due excess payment of advance tax or TDS and TCS. So in that case, 1.5% per month or part of month simple interest will be given to the SSC on the refund. So what are the time period, means for how many period interest would be calculated. So if return filed on or before due date, so the 1st April of the assessment year to the date of refund granted, for this period interest would be charged. If return filed after due date, from the date of payment return filed to the date of refund granted. So during this duration interest will be given to the SSC. Second condition, refund due to excess payment to the self-assessment tax or any tax paid under section 140A. In that case, 1.5% per month or a part of a month from the date of return filed or tax paid, whichever is later, to the date of refund granted. In any other case, 0.5% per month from the date of tax or penalty paid to the date of refund granted. Fourth point, important, in case of appeal, revision or any other legal proceeding under section 250, 254, 260, 252, 263 and 264. So there is a 1.5% per month plus, means 1.5% per month means 6% per annum plus 3% additional interest would be giving to the SSC, which is calculated from the date or expiry of period which is mentioned under section 153 subsection 5 to the date of grant refund. So if I give you a small a small briefing about the section 153 subsection 5, which says that where the effect to an order under section 250, 254, 260, 262 and 263, 264 to be given to the SC officer. So in that case, he will giving the period of 3 months from the end of the month in which order under section 250, 254, 260, 262 is received by the principal chief commissioner, commissioner, principal commissioner and commissioner. It means that here we cannot give any specific date, but under the section 150 subsection 5, first 3 months within 3 months from the date order passed by the these appeal judicial authorities. So 3 months would be given. Within 3 months, whatever the date should be, from that date to the date of refund granted will be considered. Second thing, in order under section 263 and 264, revision under CIT, revision order under CIT, in that case, sometimes it's happened that it is not possible for the SC officer to give effect that order within aforesaid period. So because there are some reason which is beyond the control. In that case, principal commissioner or commissioner, on the basis of request in written giving by such SC officer, may allow additional 6 months to effect that order. So this is about the section 153 subsection 5. It means for section 250, 254, 260 and 262, the every SC official have to pass a order for a fresh assessment within 3 months. For within 3 months, whatever the date he completed his the order of fresh assessment, from that date to the date of refund granted, that would be considered. If some situations where it is not possible for the SCC officer to make the order of fresh assessment which are beyond the control, so in that case he may request to the principal commissioner or a commissioner. On the basis of request received in written, so he may issue, they may allow additional 6 months to giving effect to that order. In that case, 3% per annum interest would be giving. Point number 5.1, this is also related to the provision of interest. So here the provision is basically related to the TDS deductor, where the refund of any amount due to the deductor in respect of any amount paid to the government, central government, and such deductor shall be entitled to receive such refund with interest, which is a simple interest, 0.5% of every month or part of the month from the date on which from the date of claim refund filed to the date of refund granted. Number 1, if it is a condition. Second condition, if refund granted to the date order passed under section 250, 254, 260, 262 to the date of refund granted. So there are two situations. First, if there is a no appeal file on the behalf of the deductor, so in that case, from the date of filing the application for claim a refund to the date of refund granted. Second point, if there is a appeal filed by the deductor or on the behalf of deductor under section 250, 254, 260 and 262, so in that case, date of order passed under these sections to the date of refund granted. So these are the period would be considered. Second thing, no interest would be paid for the period in which delay has been happened due to SSC mistakes or due to SSC, in which SSC is responsible. So these period would be excluded from the total period of the refund granted. So 5.2, provision of interest and set of refund with demand. Here we will discuss about the setup requirement and the procedure of refund with demand. So in that case, refund, if any refund going to be paid to the SSC by the SC officer, but if there is any outstanding demand is pending, so first of all, SC officer adjust this refund with the outstanding demand. But before doing so, such SC officer shall intimation in written to the SC officer that they are going to take this step in respect of the refund to be granted. For that purpose, intimation is necessary to be given. Third point, under which it says that before paying a means, the third point says that it will not be happen that if there is outstanding demand is there and they will issue the refund and then they will claim for original demand. So whatever they do, they first adjust the refund with their original demand, and remaining balance, as I mentioned, if remaining balance exists in respect of demand, so they will issue a notice to the SC officer. If there is a balance, excess balance of refund is there after adjusting such outstanding demand, so they will release the refund to the SSC. Second thing, few things I going to tell you here. Whether refund due to the son, for I am giving an example that where there is any refund due to the son which was adjust against the demand in the hand of the father, so it was an illegal adjustment, because these are two SSCs. One is son is another SC and father is other SSC. In that case, it is illegal. Second thing I am going to tell that where the tax is wrongly deducted at source, in that case, person whose tax has been deducted has a right to claim the refund. So this thing is also very good here. Third thing is that if without any giving any intimation to the SC in written by the SC officer and he set off such refund from the outstanding demand, so it is illegal. It will not be allowed into the law. Point number 6, procedure to claim refund or condonation. So condonation, what is means? Condonation of delay means whenever you are not able to perform their task within the timeline prescribed by the government, so there is a condonation process. Same is in income tax also, which is defined in the section 119 subsection 2 subsection B. So in that case, there first of all, what are the hierarchy? So hierarchy is that if there is a refund claim which is less than 10 lakh rupees, so he has to file the condonation of delay to the principal commissioner or commissioner. If it is more than 10 lakh, less than 50 lakhs, so SC can file a condonation of delay to the principal chief commissioner or a chief commissioner. Or if it is more than 50 lakhs, so central board of directors will consider this application of condonations. Time limit to apply for condonation of delay or to claim refund is 6 years. After 6 years, it will not be considered. And if after accepting the condonation of delay, dispose of such application within 6 months. Okay. Yeah. And the last point, condition for process of the application. So first of all, two basic conditions are there. power for acceptance or rejection of the application within the monetary limit as mentioned in the table, giving to the principal chief commissioner of income tax, chief commissioner of income tax, principal commissioner of income tax, commissioner of income tax. At the time the considering the application under section 119 subsection 2 subsection b, first of all they will ensure that the income or a loss declared or refund claim in the return is correct and genuine. For that purpose they may give the direction, they may issue a direction to the SC officer to make necessary inquiry or scrutinize the correctness of the claim made by the SSC. After satisfying all these situations, all these conditions, if everything is in order, so principal commissioner, principal chief commissioner or CBDT issue the refund to the persons. So this is the thing. Second thing I would like to mention here, that sometime it's happened there are some application which are related to supplementary claim. A belated application for supplementary claim or refund can be amended for condonations if conditions are fulfilled. These two conditions is ensure the income law declared is genuine and the direction given to the AO to scrutinize the correctness of the claim. Okay. Second thing, additional condition after these two conditions there are some additional conditions also. So additional condition to applicable for claim or supplementary claim or refund is that income of the SC means supplementary claim, income of the SC is not accessible in the hand of any other person under any of the provision. No interest would be admissible on the belated claim or refund. No interest will be giving, and the refund arises as a result of excess of TDS deducted or collected at source, or excess of advance tax paid, or excess payment of self-assessment tax as per the provision. In this scenario, such person can apply for supplementary claim of refund. Okay, this decision should be here. Second thing, as I mentioned here, the time limit to apply the condonation to claim refund 6 year is not applicable in case of interest from 8% semi-taxable bond 2003 if they are maintaining on the mercantile basis. So these are the situations we have discussed here. I hope you enjoy, and it is a very small session. I have not taken so much of time of you, but I hope it will help you a little bit. But basically this is for those person who are lawyers, who are chartered accountants, company secretaries, who deal with directly with these authorities. For normal person, first 2 and 3 result is okay, but at least to enhance the knowledge, it is necessary to discuss this session. So thank you guys, thank you so much to be with me till last. I hope you enjoy. We will meet again with new chapter, and it will be released soon. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.